All right, what up, what up? Let's do a quick lesson. We're going to be talking about supreme lessons, supreme mathematics. You know, with me, it's divine mathematics. Divine mathematics is like an innovation of supreme mathematics in various spiritual aspects. All right, so it's tied into your divinity, you know what I'm saying, to your inheritance, divine mathematics. But we're going to be going over some supreme mathematics, and we're going to be tying divine mathematics to it. All right, so daily mathematics. All right, I don't know if y'all got this book or not, but you can order it online. It's a small book. It don't cost that much. So the first one is knowledge. All right. So knowledge is the foundation of everything in existence. Knowledge is to know as such as the sun is the foundation of this solar system, that the Asiatic black man is the foundation of his family. Knowledge is to look, listen, and observe. Knowledge is the first step towards righteousness. All right. So when it says is the foundation is the structure. All right. So structure is tied to the peace frequency. So what do? We gotta protect our peace. So we have to protect our structure. Our structure has to be based on the light, the truth. All right. So when it says knowledge is the first step towards righteousness, remember righteousness is the right way of doing things. So the right way is tied to what? The truth. So the foundation of everything is the truth. That's enlightenment. That's the light. That's the Christ. All right. So yeah, and we can tie this into other aspects like the Christ. So when it says the Asiatic black man is the foundation of his family, the Asiatic black man ties to the Science people. All right. So we all know that the first people, the first recorded people on earth were the Science people. They were black people with Chinese looking eyes. Chinese looking eyes because they were in a desert like area. Black because they was in Africa where the sun beaming hot. You know what I'm saying? That's where they was at. This is where we get Asian people with the Asian looking eyes and things of that nature. But because this book was for black empowerment, that's why it's speaking about the Asiatic black man and our ties to the original man. Because we are tied to the original man, we are tied to all creation. So we inherit everything because we help create everything. You see what I'm saying? So that's to empower you. That level of understanding is for empowerment. Knowing that everything that's been created in existence, you are tied to that. All right. So number 2, wisdom. Wisdom is the wise words spoken by the wise man. Wisdom is the manifestation of the foundation, which is knowledge, enlightenment. That's what it says, which is knowledge. So remember, it's knowledge plus understanding plus wisdom equals the knowing. The knowing equals power. Like we say, knowledge is power, understanding, wisdom is power. Knowledge, understanding, and wisdom is power. And knowledge, understanding, and wisdom is the knowing. That's why we say know thyself. That's the ancient religion of man. You know what I'm saying? It's to know thyself. So, is the wise word spoken by the wise man? How do we get to wisdom? Research, experience, other people's experience, mentorship. You shouldn't make any decisions that is not based on wisdom. Learn from the ones that know, following the ways of the anointed. So number 3, understanding. Understanding is the best part of living mathematics. It is to see with the third eye, the Christ, which is the mind. It is also a picture one draws from knowledge and wisdom. It is also a picture one draws from knowledge and wisdom. Remember, it's understanding versus confusion. The Bible speaks on understanding a lot. For this reason alone, it speaks on wisdom too. You know what I'm saying? So listen. So it is the best part of living mathematics. Having understanding on anything is one thing to have knowledge. That's your foundation. But like I said, you gain the understanding and wisdom from experience, other people's experience, research, mentorship. You know what I'm saying? So you can, that understanding, that's that balanced state right there. All right, so it's to see with the third eye. That means you seeing from a deeper level. You understand? It's not just knowledge. It's the 3, 6, 9. Knowledge is the 3, understanding is the 6, wisdom is the 9. It's the 6. It's a deeper level. So you seeing with that third eye. You see what I'm saying? With your mind's eye. So which ties in with pattern awareness and extrasensory perception, things of that nature, better clarity, lots of better awareness, better consciousness. So number 4, culture or freedom. Culture is your way of life. The way you present and carry yourself is your culture. All right. ourself, Lord and Master. And Master is our culture, which is Islam. All right. So Islam, you take the SL out of Islam, I am. So let me read it again. Without saying Islam, we're going to say I am, so you can have a better understanding of what it means. So culture is your way of life. The way you present and carry yourself is your culture. I, self, Lord and Master is our culture, which is I am. I am is our culture. So the Holy Bible, the God of the Bible, I am, that is our culture. We just need to make sure that we have understanding of that so we can move in that balanced state mentally, connected to the third eye with the mind's eye, the Christ. That's how. So that's why we disconnected from that, because we have confusion on those aspects. But once we have understanding on that, we understand that that's ours. Everything is ours, right? And that's what it means when it say the Asiatic black man is the foundation of his family. You know what I'm saying? Family, bloodline versus like mind. You get what I'm saying? The structure, the beginning of everything. All right, the masculine energy, the truth. That's consciousness. You know what I'm saying? That's God. So power or refinement. Oh, hold on. I gotta finish culture or freedom. Freedom is to free you from all the lies and wickedness of the devil's civilization. Freedom is to free you from all the lies, truth versus lies. God is the truth, the devil is a lie. And wickedness, righteous versus wickedness, the wrong, the wickedness of the devil's civilization. So that means the wrongs of the adversarial civilization. You know what I'm saying? That means that the civilization is adversarial to your being. You know what I'm saying? And it's a broken society, basically. And they lie. Everything that they do is based on lies to empower them and to keep us out of power. As the black man, to keep the black man at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? For reasons knowing that if we are empowered, that we'll rise up and overcome. So that's why they do that. They keep you down so you won't overcome. But as with refinement, power is to manifest the truth, thus placing yourself into a state of awareness. That is righteousness. You know what I'm saying? So power or refinement is what it say. Power is to manifest the truth. Manifest the truth through enlightenment. That's God. Manifest God, embodying God, thus placing yourself into a state of awareness, which is consciousness, which is the truth, which is God. So you embodying God. You walking in your highest version of self now. You know what I'm saying? As the son of God. All right. So that is righteousness. Remember, right versus wrong, correct versus wrong. So righteousness is doing the right thing. Thus cleaning yourself. This is cleaning yourself. Cleanliness is next to godliness. That's the eighth hermetic principle of Kurt. You know what I'm saying? So cleaning yourself of all your negativity, those demons, negative energy tied to demonic energy, you know what I'm saying, and the devil. Cleaning yourself of all your negative refinement is the clothing. Cleaning yourself of all your negative refinement is the clothing that be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, right? So is the clothing you wear once a person is refined and you have embodied a new version of yourself that's being reborn. You have been refined. You get what I'm saying? You done got rid of all the negativity of your being and you have embodied a better version of self. And through the law of thermodynamics, energy is neither created nor destroyed. It only transmutes. So as long as you're not stagnant in your being, then you will always transmute into a better being. Anything less is negativity, prospectively speaking. All right. So all your negativity refinement is the clothing you wear once a person is refined. Then he is divine. And has the power to destroy devilish men. So devilish men, the adversary, the negativity, you can destroy as a God, generator, operator, destroyer of devil shit. You know what I'm saying? You are divine. You see what I'm saying? Through truth. Truth is tied to divinity. And when you're walking in that truth, you are a divine being. You are a conscious being. Equality is to be equal mentally as well as physically in everything. That's duality for you right there. Mentally, physically. Mental versus physical. Mental versus have whatever going on up here, going on down here. Whatever going on down here, going on up here. And it's affecting your nervous system and your emotional state, your psychology and your behavior. All right, so that's equality. That's balance. That holy equals balance. So that's the holy state right there. Equality is to be equal mentally as well as physically in everything. Balanced in everything. As within, so without. As above, so below. law of correspondence, which is tied to us as the tribe of Judah. You know what I'm saying? That's our law. You know what I'm saying? That's God's law. That's us as gods, collectively as even a more powerful God. That's our law. That's our higher state of consciousness, understanding of positivity and truth. So, God is the supreme being, black man from Asia. He is the original man, meaning the origin of all. That's what that means. That's what it's trying to tell you, that you are the origin of all. So you are tied to the origin of all, being powered in that way. The maker and the owner. So if we created you and you created that, then we created that. Because it ain't no that without this. Ain't no nothing without us. You see what I'm saying? Being powered in that way, knowing that. Know that. Tied to the melanin. I don't care if you barely black. I don't care if 6, 7, 8 generations back, you wasn't even black. You got it now, so it's in your DNA somewhere. That melanin is tied in there somewhere. You are empowered in that way. And the nappy of your head is, you better know it. You better know who you are. Have some confidence in yourself. Perform as you are in truth. Don't walk in no confusion at all. That's goofy shit. Be serious about who you are at least. If you ain't serious about nothing else, be serious about God. Be serious about who I am. You know what I'm saying? So, God is the supreme black man from Asia. He is the original man, meaning the origin of all, the maker and the owner, the builder and destroyer, the generator, operator, destroyer. All right, the God. So build or destroy. Build is to add on, to create a positive elevation in the mind. Destroy is to ruin, to tear apart from within. As within, so without. So what we do, we destroy all that negativity and we generate on positivity. You know what I'm saying? So we build positivity in the mind as within, so without. You know what I'm saying? And we destroy our negativity. We tear it apart from within, as within, so without. I'll show you. So that's what it means to build or destroy. To be born, number 9, is to bring into existence, to be brought forth to supreme life. You know what I'm saying? To bring into existence, that's a manifestation. To be born, to be reborn, to quantum leap, timeline jump, the law of assumption. You know what I'm saying? Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You get what I'm saying? It's to bring into existence, to be brought forth to supreme life. To be born is to bring forth both mentally as well as physically. You know what I'm saying? Manifestation, that's what it means to be born. So that baby is born. Your manifestation is a baby that needs nurturing. You know what I'm saying? That version of yourself is a baby that needs to be nurtured. You know what I'm saying? As above, so below. As within, so without. That's how the game goes. Time isn't a factor when it comes to these matters. Knowledge, well, it is, but it ain't. You see what I'm saying? You just got to make sure your perspective correct. Knowledge, add-on, cipher. Knowledge is to know. And in order for one to know, the knowing, knowledge, understanding, and wisdom is the knowing. In order for one to know, one must have this knowledge. You got to have knowledge to have understanding and wisdom to have the knowing. See what I'm saying? It's there, but it's not all the way there. So look. So one must have this knowledge. Cipher is a cipher consisting of 360 degrees. You know what I'm saying? 360 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, which is life. See, it say knowledge, wisdom, understanding, which is life. But things need to be in the correct order. You know what I'm saying? It's not their fault. It ain't their fault. That's where I come in at. And see, it says it in the good book is knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure we take the good parts out of everything so we can have clarity on that. So it should say cipher is a circle consisting of 300 degrees of knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, which is life. Now, remember, life, we live this, where we at, knowledge, understanding, this is the earth school. So at the earth school, it's the school of knowledge, understanding, and wisdom equals knowing. So then you get the knowing, then you graduate to more knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, and more knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, and more knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. It's all consciousness. The knowing is consciousness. You just get more and more consciousness. You just losing and gaining consciousness. That's what life is. So knowledge, understanding, and wisdom is life. You see what I'm saying? That's what that means. That's where you at right now. That is your life. That's what you came to do. That's your mind. Don't let nobody capitalize on that and keep you within a box when you're supposed to be expanding in consciousness as a God. You know what I'm saying? Growing, not stagnant. That is not natural. Everything transmutes. But you ain't got time to be dying. You know what I'm saying? Because we only get one life. We not like the plants outside that come and go seasonal. No, we here every season. You know what I'm saying? We got cycles. So we want to make sure we getting the best out of our cycle, out of our life. You know what I'm saying? So we can transmute to the next life correctly. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to have to go backwards. We don't want to have to get recycled. We want to move on. We want to be free. So 360 degrees of knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, which is life. So that's gonna be all of that. Next we'll do the 12 jewels of gods and earth. So just for now, because I want y'all to understand how everything is everything when we the tribe of Judah, like all of it's ours. All of it's ours. You just gotta find out what makes it yours and understand it. That's what makes it yours. And once you own that mentally, can't nobody take it from you. It's yours. You can find unity amongst the all. I understand you. I understand you. The things you confused about that you think you understand, I understand that, but you don't understand that. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But you can't change my understanding from my perspective. You can only pick up on it. You can fall in line with it because it's so structural in my foundation of who I am, and my ego is tied. It's stuck in there. My truth. So you can only fall in line with that. But that's consistent in who I am. You know what I'm saying? Now you don't have to. I'm not forcing you to. When you ready, it's right here for you. Or not. That's cool. But I went to the deep. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you're ready to catch on to that, if you can catch on to that, it'll be here for you when you're ready. I'll show you. That's how the game goes. So, and this also ties into your emotional intelligence. You gotta remember that. Peace 600 frequency. That's why it's so important, the structure versus flow concept, because right above peace is enlightenment, 700 frequency. That's the truth. Light is the truth. You know what I'm saying? So that's why knowledge is the foundation, because it's in the peace. But to have knowledge, you got to have a light, which is the truth, which then you get knowledge of that truth. Then you gain understanding of that knowledge. Then you gain wisdom of that understanding and knowledge. Now you have power of that concept. You have the light. You have the light of that concept. You know everything about it. You've observed it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about the observation part, but you observed it consciously with awareness. So you gained knowledge, understanding, and wisdom of it. So now you have a knowing of it. And now you can influence versus manipulate it at will or not in various aspects of life. That from your morals and values that you deem important, you know, for your life and your family and the people around you. If you're showing up correctly from your perspective, you do the best you can. I ain't knocking that. So your observation, that's your concentration. What you concentrate on and what you observe and what you have knowledge, understanding, and wisdom equals knowing equals power of. My bad, I shouldn't have did you like that. But what you focused on, what you observe, and what you concentrate on is all the same thing. Concentration equals focus versus distractions. What you're distracted by, what you focused on is what you concentrate on. And what you concentrate on is also your observation. So you either observing something that you focusing on and you should be focusing on, or you're observing something that you shouldn't be focused on. And that's as within, so without. Your thoughts, your words, your actions, your ideas, people, places, and things around you. Your divine seven. That's why it's the divine seven aspects of awareness, because it's tied into divine mathematics. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to teach y'all these divine mathematics. I'm King Lion. King Lion's divine mathematics. So now you got this good game. You got the gospel of me. So the gospel, the news you can use. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you some news you can use. It's the gospel. You can say this only the gospel of Christ, but this is the gospel of Christ. I am the Christ. Understand? I'll show you. Amen.